Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL train, and in this video we're going to be doing some transfer plans ahead of game week 30. Now this week we will be going straight into it, as you can see already. Reason is obviously at game week 29 I didn't do a transfer plans video just because there wasn't anybody I would recommend personally going forward from 29 onwards that I'd go for. So I decided to skip it. I did obviously a differential free hit video instead. So that is why there will be none of that looking back on the previous game week. But anyways, let's go through this first transfer I've got on here. And that, of course, is getting rid of Doherty, who we all brought in, didn't we, for the double game weeks. And obviously the non-blank game week in 29. Overall, I think he was disappointing, which you got to expect, to be honest. I mean, he did get that assist in the double game week. But apart from that, yeah, I've got to say, he's a short-term plan for me. I'm sure he's a short-term plan for most, particularly people who are going to wildcard him, will be wildcarding him out. So yeah, I mean, his fixtures going forward, let's face it, aren't exactly amazing, are they? You got Spurs, Arsenal, and Man City, 3 of the next 4 games. Not exactly ideal, so you've got to be getting rid of your Luton players. And obviously Doherty being 15% owned, you've got to get rid of him. The replacement on here I've got is Mikalenko, an Everton defender, which might be a surprise maybe to most. But his fixtures from now to the end of the season are great. Bournemouth away and Newcastle away next to aren't ideal. But then he's got the likes of Burnley at home. And then, yeah, Chelsea away, again, isn't great. But then after that, they've got Forest, Brentford, Luton and Sheffield United. That is great. And obviously, like I said, it didn't sound great in the short term. But the guy is 4.6 million. He's cheaper than Doherty. He's an absolute bargain of a player currently right now with the fixtures that they've got coming up. He plays 90 minutes. It makes sense. If you want to bring him in, put him on the bench for the tough game weeks, you can, because you're going to have money left over. Because the fact is, he's an absolute bargain. And I just think he'll be a great transfer to have going forward. With the midfield change then, what I'll do here is I would sell Phil Foden. Now, I own Phil Foden myself. And I'm contemplating, I'm not going to lie, selling him. Arsenal at home, Villa at home next to isn't ideal, but then they do have 2 nice fixtures against Palace and Luton. But then they do blank in game weeks 34. So that is something to think about. 2 nice fixtures out of 5 when you could probably get somebody better. So that is why I would get rid of Phil Foden. I mean, you never know. He could obviously get rotated as well. I mean, he hasn't been, but you never know with Man City. But yeah, I think it's probably the right time, if I'm being honest, in getting rid of Phil Foden, especially while everybody else has him. I think maybe it is a decent time to get rid of him. And obviously the replacement you can see here is Mohamed Salah. Bit of a price gap, let's face it. He's 13.1 million now, but you've got to have Mohamed Salah in your team. Brighton, Sheffield United, Man United, Crystal Palace, all to come. I can see him scoring in all 4 games. Liverpool have got to go for it in the league. I think he's going to crush it. You've got to have him. If you don't have him, you've got to get him. He's only 24% owned, which is quite low for Salah. Yeah, he's a must-have in my opinion. I think he's going to do great things in the next few game weeks. So with the final transfer on here that I've decided to go for, it's a bit of a left field one, bit of a different one to be honest. And I thought, you know what, I'll do something a little bit different. And that is, of course, getting rid of Carlton Morris, who I know a lot of people brought in for that double game week and for that blank game week. And the fact that in those 3 games that you had, Palace, Bournemouth and Forest, the guy blanked in all 3 games. Can you believe it? Because he had that good run as well where he scored against the likes of Villa, Man United, Sheffield United and Newcastle. So for him to blank after those games, it was unbelievable. And now you've got him for the likes of Spurs, Arsenal and Man City. And the fact that they're all away for Luton, yeah, get rid of them. And if you can't afford a better option for the likes of Tony and Watkins and whoever, that calibre player, then why not gamble and go for Muniz? Now this might seem knee-jerk because he scored 2 goals against Spurs. But the guy's been incredible this season, considering. I mean, nobody really looked at him before, but he's got 7 goals and assists this season. Scored against the likes of Brighton, 2 against Bournemouth, got 1 against Burnley. And the fact that he's playing Sheffield United in game week 30, I mean, why not gamble, eh? Why not go for it? Nobody else is going to be going for it. If you like me and you're only going up in rank by like a few K, going down rank a few K, gamble. You never know. If he gets a couple of goals against Sheffield United, your rank's going to go sky high and it might be worth it. And if it doesn't work out, you can leave him on the bench afterwards because, like I said, he's such a cheap option. You can put that money that you got elsewhere into your midfield, into your defence, wherever you want. So yeah, I think Muniz would be an absolute sensational shout to go for and somebody I definitely would recommend. So yeah, that is it for this video. Those are the transfers that I'll definitely recommend for Game Week 30 onwards. Let me know what you think of these transfers. I really do like the Muniz shout. I think he'd be a great differential for you guys to go for. Yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Please don't forget, should I say, to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you all on the next one.